Hello! Welcome to a new random mixer tutorial. Here we have a simple interior scene. We want to test how other furniture models look in this scene and evaluate different options. For that purpose, we have prepared these sofa, coffee table and carpet models. With Random Mixer we can quickly switch and combine these models, and manage those variants in a collection of states. Then we'll choose the best options, make some adjustments and finally render them all in one step. As you can see in the Layer Explorer, we've arranged the sofas, coffee tables, and carpets on separate layers. This is not required, but it makes loading elements in the plugin faster. Let's open Random Mixer, create the master icon and then hide it. Now let's see how to load elements from layers. We can load the whole set of sofas in a single step. The plugin recognizes that some of the items are groups and asks if we want to treat them as single entities or as separate elements. We want groups as single entities. The 4 sofas are loaded into a new set with the name of the layer. We want to work with more than one set of elements, so we switch to multiple sets mode. The first list shows the available sets and the second list shows the elements in the active set. This time we'll see how to load multiple layers or sets in one step. Random Mixer works in a non-destructive way, so you can smoothly integrate this process into your workflow and easily undo the changes whenever you need to. It lets you define starting positions or transforms for your elements to use exclusively for the collection of states or variants. We need all 4 sofas to appear in the same place as the first one, so we can switch between them in our interior scene. And the same applies to the other sets. To make it faster, we can go to the Utilities rollout and use this handy tool called Unify Objects Position. It works by simply picking the reference object, selecting the objects to move in the alignment point, then just press Move Objects to Reference. All the sofas are now placed at the same spot. You can now adjust their position, rotation or scale if necessary. Or you can do it later too. Now, we need to tell the plugin to save these transforms as the initial state for these elements at the collection of variants we will create. So we go to Create Manage Collection Rollout and press Update Initial State. You can check, and also modify, this initial state for every set, at the Set Properties dialog. Activate or deactivate this button to toggle between the original state of the elements and their initial state for the collection. Now we will quickly set the initial state for the coffee tables and carpets. Ready. It's all set to create the collection. If you see all the elements together at the same time, like in this case, it's because we forgot to tell the plugin how to combine the sets of elements. We want to display only one element from each set at a time. Now it's all done. Random Mixer creates by default 12 variants or combinations. We use the yellow arrows to navigate the collection frames. We see there are some adjustments to make. Let's correct the position of this carpet in the collection. And save it with Update Initial State. Also for this other carpet. Now let's rebuild the collection. Everything looks good now. We have 12 different variants to play with. Let's see how to edit an existing collection. With Edit State on, you can make changes to the current frame of the collection. For example, let's use these white arrows to change the selected model for another one from the same set. This way we can make our custom changes. We can also delete unwanted frames or variants from the collection. Let's ask for 20 variants now. Great, now we have a nice range of variation. Let's go a little further and include another type of sofa in our scene. Our goal now is to include it in the collection and then make it change its material from state to state. We load it as new set and give it a name. Then we go to edit the properties of the element. Press this button to open the Element Properties dialog. Activate Use Material Variants. You can now load additional materials into the slots. We have here 3 materials in total for this sofa. It basically changes the main color. So let's drag the materials to the slots. You may need to press this little button to refresh all thumbnails. Now it's all done. But before rebuilding the collection, make sure the following setting is active. At Lights, Cameras and Materials Rollout, pick Random Material Variant. That will make the trick. Now create the collection. You will see the material of the sofa is changing now from state to state. You can save the scene now if you want. As long as the master icon is saved with the scene, all changes are saved too, and you can continue editing the collection later. If you want to render the collection, there's a built-in function for that. Press this teapot icon and we'll open the Render Options dialog. Here you can set the range of collection frames to render, as well as the output size and file name. All other render settings are taken from the main settings of the scene. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. See you in the next one.